Hi there, this is Chris Dames from Common Sense Money, and what I'd like to do in this video is talk about the second stage of your financial life. So in the last video we talked about starting out, either starting your first job or attending university, and the financial challenges you face when you're in that phase of your life. You've moved on from that now and you're in the second phase, which is all about taking responsibility. So it's your own responsibility you take, and the sort of challenges you face is it may be the first time that you move either out of home or student accommodation into your own home that may be rented or you've got a mortgage. It may be the stage of life where you're getting engaged or married, or it may be that you're moving in with either friends or your partner for the first ever time. And at that stage of life, the responsibilities you face start to grow. And what I'd like to do is share with you some of the challenges you might face in this stage of your financial life, together with my top tips in how to manage your money more efficiently in this phase. So let's talk about some of the challenges you might face. Firstly, your responsibilities start to build. So it's likely that your expenditure is greater because you're taking on rent or you're taking on a mortgage. It's likely that it's the first time you're responsible for all the expenditure, so all the bills, all the food, all the gas, all the electricity, all the things that come with taking that responsibility. But the good news is you've either got your degree or you've moved on from your first job and you've started to genuinely build your career. So it's likely that from a small amount of income, your income goes up a little bit. However, taking on new responsibility means taking a slightly different perspective than you would have done when you were starting out. It means taking responsibility. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean that effectively you are now standing on your own 2 feet and you need to be in a position where if something goes wrong, you need to protect yourself. So my top tip for this stage of your financial life is make sure you're starting to build an emergency fund. What do I mean by that? An emergency fund is a pot of money that's instantly accessible at any time, so that you know that if something goes wrong, you've got access to some funds there that you can get access to straight away. Now, an emergency fund's great because it makes sure that you're financially looked after short term. However, the other aspect to consider in this stage of your financial life is protecting yourself longer term. So what would happen if you lost your income? What would happen if something more serious happened, like your death? Have you got a will in place to make sure that if something did happen, as you're building your assets in this stage of your life, that the money would go to the people you want it to? So the other thing you're taking responsibility for in this phase of your life, probably for the first time, is your financial goals. So your financial hopes, dreams and aspirations, both short term and longer term. And let's look at that in a bit more depth. So short term, what do you want to achieve? You want to look at building that emergency fund, as we talked about before, because if anything happens that you need access to money straight away, it's important to have that in place. But also look a bit more longer term. So what do you want for your financial future? So tip 1 was make sure you've built your emergency fund. Tip 2 is protect yourself just in case something really serious goes wrong. And tip 3 is make sure that you're writing down your financial goals. It's incredible when you write things down and keep it visible how powerful that is. So please take some time. If you're in this stage of your life, it's about taking ownership and taking responsibility. Please make sure that you're in a position where you're starting to write down your longer financial hopes, dreams and aspirations, so that you've got something to aim to and achieve to. Now, things in life will change, and that means that you may need to change your financial plan and the financial goals you're looking to achieve, but that's fine. There's no issue with that. But start with the end in mind. Start with, at this stage, what you want to achieve longer term. So once you've established your longer term financial goals, start to make small provisions towards those financial goals. Now, I understand that when you're at this stage of life, you're not fully established in your career and money's likely to be quite tight because you're taking on additional responsibilities. However, if you start to make small provisions now, you've got one thing on your side, and that's time. and over time you'll be able to build up those provisions towards your longer term goals, and starting early will make all the difference to achieving those goals. So in the next video we're going to be talking about starting a family and the financial responsibilities that come with that. Hopefully you found this video useful. Again, the reason that I'm doing this set of 5 videos is because of Financial Planning Week. If you need any more information on Financial Planning Week, you can find it up there. It should pick up in a minute. And again, I'd recommend that you check out the Financial Planning Week website. Loads of great resources there for you to take a look at. Hope you've enjoyed this. I'm Chris Dames. This is Common Sense Money, and I'll see you next time.